This time we're going to adapt the Kid Galaxy Big Wheelie cycle by adding 2 switch ports. Then we can play with it with switches or an iPad with a Switch-Majig controller. The Big Wheelie Cycle's remote is quite different from Kid Galaxy's other toys, but the same principles for adapting it apply. We use our usual tools: a utility knife, Phillips screwdriver, drill and drill bits, wire stripper, pliers, a soldering iron, and lead-free solder. We'll also use 2 3.5mm phone jacks, some lightweight wire, and thread lock. Remember that these tools can hurt you if you don't know what you're doing. If you're going to adapt toys yourself, make sure you can do it safely. We're not responsible for injuries to people, toys, or anything else. That said, let's get started. We only need to work on the remote, but I also put batteries in the cycle so I can test it. Unlike most toys, you can put batteries in this one without removing it from the box. Take out the screws that hold the case together, pry off the ring around the antenna with a utility knife, and open the remote. Now to start doing damage. We first drill holes in the top of the remote for the switch ports. We've marked the hole positions in red. We start with a small hole and then finish them to 1/4 inch. Now we wire up the 2 phone jacks. Note that the phone jacks go in the top of the remote and the circuit board is on the bottom. That means we need some longer wires to work with. We'll connect 3 wires to the board. 1 common wire that goes to the black battery terminal, and 2 wires from the location shown to each switch. We do the common wire first. We take an 8-inch length of wire and create 2 1/2-inch stripped sections spaced to match the distance between the holes we drilled. We solder the exposed sections to the 2 case lugs at the front of our jacks. Next, we install the 2 phone jacks in the holes we drilled. Remove the nuts, put the jack through the hole, apply a drop of thread lock, and put the nuts back on. The nuts should be snug, but over-tightening them can damage the phone jack. We now solder the common wire to the black battery terminal. Next, we cut 2 4-inch lengths of wire and solder them to the tip lugs of the phone jacks. On our jacks, the tip lugs are opposite the ones for the case lugs. Then we solder the 2 wires to the 2 locations on the board, making sure that the wires stay on the same side of the remote so that the left switch port will activate the left button. We slip the wires under the board to keep them away from the buttons. Now we're pretty much done. We test the toy to make sure we didn't break it, and then put it back together. We test it once more after reassembling the remote, and then remove all the batteries. We put the remote in a bubble wrap bag to protect it. Now we're ready to ship our toy, and you're probably ready to play with yours. You're welcome to try adapting toys like this on your own, but you can find all sorts of cool adapted toys at switchamajig.com.